kids. It's just like the start of How I Met Your Mother.
Yep. Except it's not How I Met Your Mother, is it? This is Co-Pilots. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, that's the other show I do. What? Yeah, it's another one, because it's been a long time, even longer than last time since we recorded the last episode. It's been a whole other 24 hours.
It has. We're plowing through these, and that's going to feel really out of place when this actually goes live.
Yes, it's going to be because it's going to be 6 weeks from now, isn't it? So 6 weeks from now, we are going to be 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's going to be the middle of
5,
July.
6. Middle of June. Hey, wasn't June a lot of fun? Didn't we love June?
I loved the end of June.
Did you like the bit where the thing happened at the end of June?
I really liked the bit where the Earth exploded. That was highlights. Highlights.
Tell you what else was good. Beginning of July. That very entertaining.
Oh yeah. So much stuff happened.
You know, there was the whole news about the politics, and
and
there was that film that came out, and
yeah, it's been great. And
it's been a wild ride.
It's been so rad.
If it's anything like the 8th of June, do you remember how hot it was back then?
Oh, fuck, yeah.
Do you remember recording
exactly
that? We
how
had to
hot it
turn
was.
our fans off, and it's really hot.
Oh, that's the point. I might buy a fan.
Wait, no, it's July, so...
I still need one. It's super hot in July, too.
Oh, so you didn't buy a fan until at least the middle of July?
Yep.
That's bizarre, and now you have to stick to it.
Fuck.
Right, should we get on with this?
Yes.
What are we talking about today?
Sitcoms. Pretty much.
American sitcoms.
Yes.
One really good, and the other actually still quite good, but old.
They're both pretty good, but I have a favourite.
So do I. Which one would you like to discuss first?
Should we get the one that we both agree is the inferior one out of the way?
So, How I Met Your Mother.
Drama!
What?
Drama!
Yes, Friends. A show that literally nobody has seen.
I know. The thing, this episode really isn't recommending anything, is it? It's just us saying, like,
Nope.
we watched these. This one's good. This one's not as good, in our opinion.
In a professional opinion.
Yes. But, I mean, it is older.
Is that what we're saying about Friends? It's older than How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah. Well, How I Met Your Mother started airing the year after Friends finished.
Was it really? Was it 2004?
2005, How I Met Your Mother started. 2004, that Friends ended.
I thought Friends ended in 2003. That's weird.
I feel like Friends hasn't ended. Because you
It's
can't
on telly
turn
all
on a
the time.
TV and not see Friends showing on at least 3 different channels.
I thought it was only on Comedy Central. And, you know...
And Comedy Central
showing
plus
how-
1. And
You're
Comedy
showing
Central,
how-
the Friends channel.
Is there a Friends channel?
There might as well be.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's called Comedy Central.
You're showing how flash you are again because we don't have Sky.
Sorry.
That's right, it's fine. Anyway, so Friends, the whole thing, you know, who hasn't seen Friends?
No one.
That
No
bird,
one hasn't.
That bird is agreeing.
Bird
with
outside
you.
my window is just like, I've seen Friends.
He's like, yeah, my favourite's Chandler. He's funny, especially when he has all the cocaine. Yeah, pilot is awful. I really don't like it, but I really like what the show becomes.
Yeah, I wouldn't... If I hadn't seen future episodes, I'd have been like, this show's trash.
Yeah, I think I would
I
have
don't
treated
think-
this the same way I treated Saved by the Bell, to be honest.
Oh, that's bad. So it's still better than Entourage.
Yeah, well, I think we can... let's nail our colours to the mast. The middle of July, I'm going to go on and say that we're probably not going to watch something worse than Entourage.
I'll
by the
find
end of the year.
something. I'm going to dig something out that is
No.
worse than Entourage.
No, not going to happen. So yeah, Rachel turns up and she's a dick. And it just, well, it sort of just starts it all off, doesn't it? Really, it doesn't really set up any dramatic arcs other than, hinting that Ross and Rachel will probably end up getting together.
In an on-off relationship for a decade.
It's see, I watched it I watched How I Met Your Mother first, but it occurs to me that actually the pilots of both series have got pretty similar storylines, and I think there's a few times where How I Met Your Mother borrows ideas from Friends and that sort of
Yeah,
thing.
I think, well,
But their sitcoms set in New York, they're going to be fairly similar, aren't they?
they're both groups of friends who are primarily looking for love and the like.
Well, they're sort of. I feel like that How I Met Your Mother cast the composite characters of Friends really. Like you got Joey and Barney are pretty similar because they're all about the poontang. Ted and Ross are quite similar. Ross was more pathetic than I remember him being, and Ted is less pathetic than I remember him being. Except he's still really quite pathetic.
Yeah. I suppose. Yeah, I think you just can't. I can't find a Monica or a Phoebe.
Well, I suppose elements of Lily and Robin are probably in there somewhere.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, like there's. Yeah, I think you can pair off some of them, but there's some of them that are just like they're almost too different, or they're just merging people together.
Yeah. Something else I didn't. Well, it's not apparent from later episodes, but the pilot of Friends is really quite depressing. Like, there's a whole sequence where like Ross is like, "Oh, my wife's left me, and everything's a bit shit," and Rachel's like, "Oh, I've run away from my husband at the altar. This is all a bit crap." And they have like really sad music playing. They're just staring out the window. I was like, "Oh my god!" I don't remember it being this sort of Debbie Downer. It's like, cheer up.
Yeah, and then it cuts to Monica on her like not date with the guy who's just there to sleep with her. You remember the wine guy?
Paul? Was his name Paul? Was it Paul?
Paul, is it? Yeah.
Ah.
And then she's just like, "Oh, he's a really nice guy. Oh, well, actually, he's just a dick." That's all it was, though. It's just, and there's a bit at the end where Monica's just like, "Welcome to the real world. It sucks." She's just like, "Oh, on the basis of this, I don't really want to watch any more of this."
Thinking about it, it is really quite depressing, isn't it? But something else I sort of had forgotten from it is that pretty much every character at some point or another goes, "This is me. These are my problems. This is why I'm insecure, and this is why I don't really like my life." But
Apart from Joey, who doesn't give a fuck.
Well, he's secure in the knowledge that 20 years down the line he's going to be presenting a magazine show about cars.
The world's biggest car show. Until the Grand Tour starts.
Hasn't Top Gear dropped millions of viewers?
1.6 million in between episodes 1 and 2.
That's a lot, isn't it, for Britain as well?
Yeah, but do you know the thing? Matt LeBlanc is the best thing about that show.
Oh, I haven't actually watched it, to be fair.
I've watched it, and Chris Evans needs to fuck off. Eddie Jordan brought nothing to it. Matt LeBlanc is the only person who should be there.
But haven't they got I feel like we're straying into Top Gear territory.
Well, it's coming off Matt LeBlanc.
Yeah.
Because in this, his acting didn't seem solid in this episode. And he's got that really weird faux Irish American accent that I don't ever remember at all. Like, was this accent ever that strong after this episode, or have I just forgotten about it completely?
I don't think so. Thinking about it, I picked up on it a bit as well. Actually, thinking it just sounds a bit odd.
Yeah, it's just a bit, not quite. It's not. It's just not quite right. Maybe it's because I've seen Matt LeBlanc in so many other things now.
Really? So many other things.
Okay, two
Is
other
one of the
things.
episodes and Top Gear.
Yes.
Yeah, so many things.
And he was in a film
Lost
at some
in
point.
Space.
Yep, remember that? Vaguely.
I never saw that. It's difficult, isn't it? Like knowing what to say about this show because it's so universal. Everyone's.
And it's really hard to talk about just this one episode when
Yeah, well,
everyone in the world knows a lot of this show. But I feel like maybe the pilot gets skipped over quite a lot because it is bad.
yeah, it's not great. I mean, but I suppose if nothing else, it gave rise to the whole, entirety of the show, which had its moments. Like there are definite episodes and series which are worse than others. I reckon that I really like series 6 and 7, and the earlier ones as well. Because at least when last year, pretty much, we started at the beginning and we went most of the way through the entire thing. I think we got to like series 8 before we just stopped watching it, just on days off and that sort of thing. And I think we're actually going to attempt something similar with How I Met Your Mother, because she will not concede that How I Met Your Mother is much better than Friends. Like, she really hates it when I say that.
Do you think we think it's better just because it's newer? And
Well, I guess it's a bit more up to date for us, isn't it? Like, you were the ripe old age of 4. I was 1 when this came out. So, it's not exactly hugely relatable for us. Whereas How I Met Your Mother is, a little bit more.
yeah, because there was a lot of where Rachel was like stood talking on the phone that's connected to the wall. Like now,
really?
and everyone's like listening in on the conversation. It's just like that wouldn't happen now. She'd just go stand on the balcony with a mobile and just stand out there, and no one would have a clue what was going on.
Or it'll be like that episode of How I Met Your Mother where it's in the future and Ted calls up Marshall with the hologram phone.
Yeah.
I've dropped my pen and it's annoying me because I can't see it. Again, drama. Oh, that's right. I'll get another pen. So yeah, I'm kind of done with Friends. Like, there's not really much point asking. Are you going to carry on watching it? Because you know.
Probably seen every episode.
Yeah. I'm not sure I've seen every episode, but I've seen most of them.
Yeah, it's very
vast
rare
majority.
that I would see an episode that I haven't seen before.
Yeah. So, so that's Friends, the show everyone knows. But it felt like a good one to pair off with How I Met Your Mother.
Because they are pretty similar shows. So should we move on to the show that we're both currently binge watching?
Oh my god, it's like a comfy blanket, or in this, thinking back to what the temperature was like on the 8th of June 2016, a nice refreshing beverage.
A nice refreshing ice bath.
What is really, really weird about this show is I get properly emotional about it. Like, I was telling you the other day, I was watching the episode where Marshall's dad dies. I was crying like a little bitch.
Yeah. Do you notice in the pilot that he says he'd rather get bad news on a voicemail?
No.
Like, right in the
Does
first
he?
episode, he says that.
You're kidding, I completely
No, it's not in the
missed that.
first episode. It's in episode
Okay.
4.
Okay. Whew.
I went nuts.
Return of the Shirt.
I went nuts on watching the pilot today.
That is one of my favourite things of the, How I Met Your Mother does better than Friends, is it plays around with the narrative a lot. Like, there's a lot of times where Ted will be talking, like future Ted will be talking, and say, "Oh wait, no, that's not how it happened. This happened," and it just completely ignores what's just happened. Like, and they'll recreate the scene and correct it and that sort of thing.
Yeah, it's like at the end of the pilot, like it's this whole like How He Met Robin, and the kids are like, "Oh, is that?" And he's just like, "And that's how I met your Aunt Robin." And it was like they're just like, "Oh, for fuck, come on."
Well, the trouble is, had Robin ended up being their mum, that show would have ended in that episode.
Yeah, it would have been a very short show.
But
like,
I'm glad it's not.
yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I don't know. It's just I don't know what it is because I just started watching like the odd episode here and there because it was just on in the house.
Did you start watching it when we were at uni?
Yeah, I'd never seen it before I went to uni.
I only started watching it because you and our other housemates, Faye and Chantel and Jack, I think, were all watching it. So that's how I got into it, and that's when I realised it was better than Friends.
Yeah, I mean, I did that thing where I watched like the odd episodes here and there and went, "Oh, that's pretty good. I wonder what it's like, you know, all in the right order and all at once." And then just watch, because they're only like 20-minute episodes. You can fit those in gazillion. You can fit in like a series in a day.
Well, you can do 3 an hour, and that's sort of what I've been doing. Is like when I go to bed like an hour earlier than I want to be asleep, and then I'll just watch 3 episodes of How I Met Your Mother. It sometimes does turn into 4 episodes when I decide that I can sacrifice being awake for the next day because I want to watch another 20 minutes of it. I don't know why I love it so much. Like why I find it so almost comforting in a way, but it really is comfort telly.
Yeah, it's just it's probably how people felt about Friends when it was.
Yeah, no, I totally can see that. But here's something, because Friends doesn't have like an overall sort of conceit, does it? The whole, even in the title, it's How I Met Your Mother. It's like, this is the story, kids, of how I met your mum. And there's what, 9 series?
Yep.
Do you think that, given how, and I mean, I know how it ends, and I think I know how it ends anyway, so don't say anything. But does it suffer from having such a huge build up that the payoff just doesn't work?
Nope. The
Okay,
finale is exactly what you expect. The last you see of the kids is probably the best of the show. Like, the
Really?
best part of the show.
Oh, am I going to cry like a little bitch again?
No.
Oh, okay.
Probably earlier in that episode you will probably cry like a bitch, yeah.
Oh, good. Because I can remember when it was finishing and I sort of wasn't into it, and you guys were all gearing up to watching it, and I was like, well, do you know what, I'll probably not watch this because maybe I want to watch a few more episodes before I see the end, and I still haven't seen the final episode.
I think I stayed up and watched it, not hugely legitimately, like about an hour after it aired in America. Like, that's how into it I was at the time. I was just like, I want to watch it now.
I seem to remember on IGN they had a few articles that like, oh, fans are outraged at How I Met Your Mother ending, and then like a minute later they were like, fans love the How I Met Your Mother ending.
I think it was a 2-part ender, so it was 2 different episodes.
Okay.
So it might have been an article just going like, well, they thought it was over and they hated it, but it was 20 more minutes of more stuff. But no, it's like the way that the story continues through it. It's not. It sort of is the story of how he meets her mum, and at some point, once you've finished it, we're just gonna have a really long chat about it.
Okay.
Because you'll probably need some counselling.
We'll do a How I Met Your Co-Pilot or something.
Yeah. Do our own sitcom. It's just really boring. It's like, oh, we turned up at uni.
If we had a sitcom, it would be like Men Behaving Badly, but really boring. Like, nothing would happen.
Just men play games on the internet.
Is there any one particular member of the group that you feel you relate to more than anyone else, or do you sort of feel equal?
I don't know. I really, really like Marshall. He's probably my favourite character.
That's really weird. Because I was thinking today while I was at work, I was like, I bet Marshall's not even anyone's favourite character.
Oh. Well, no, I like just how, like, almost sort of, I don't know, because none of them are stupid, apart from Barney, but he's smart in another way, which is basically the playbook. Like, he's written down his smartness. But no, I just like how, I don't know, I think it's just how fucking naive and trusting he is of everyone.
Everything, yeah. Yeah, no, that does sum you up quite well, actually.
Naive and trusting is exactly how everyone would describe me.
Well,
Normally it's a much
and-
shorter
and
four-letter
stupid.
word, but I'll take that.
Because I get this weird feeling, like when we were watching it at uni and stuff, and we were there with Faye and Chantel and Jack, and sort of everyone had boyfriends, girlfriends, whatever, coming and going throughout the entire time we were, chums. And I always felt this, like when Ted was worrying about, oh, what if I never meet the right woman? I always feel this huge residual guilt sitting in that room watching it with you guys, because I'm like, I've kind of got Lisa and we've been together for so long, and now we're like gonna get married and everything. So I have this really weird guilt when Ted's like, oh, isn't this really difficult, guys? You can get this right. I'm just sort of there like, no, I've never had to worry about this sort of thing, which makes me feel a bit bad.
That makes you and Lisa like the Martian and Lily, because from the very start of the show, they're a couple. Then they get engaged. I'm pretty sure at some point they break up or something.
They
but
do,
that doesn't
because
last long.
Marshall goes all, and then Ted goes, because you're pathetic. Because that's been going round and round in my head all day today for some reason. Just that one line.
Oh.
I don't know why.
But I don't know. I think for the character that is just on point the entire like every episode I've ever seen, which is all of them, is Barney. He's probably the funniest character in the show.
I don't know, I've got a real soft spot for Ted. Like, I really like Ted. But then
Ted's
you're
situations
supposed
are
to.
funny, but Barney's lines are better.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I actually quite like Lily's lines quite a lot as well. Like, anything that makes Lily and Marshall high five without looking at each other, I'm like, yes, I love that.
Yeah, I like later in the show where they start making like the military jokes whenever someone says something. But I can't remember like what they are.
No idea what you're talking about.
Oh no, it's just Ted and Robin like repeat. If someone says like, "Oh, it's a major fail," they just like repeat it and high five.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I just
No, I
love
do.
little things like that.
That's another thing. It callbacks. It does callbacks to, like, it will be a throwaway line, but it will be a reference to a show, to an episode like 3 series ago. Like, you
Yeah,
really
like the
gotta
Robin
watch it.
Sparkle stuff.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
fucking love the Robin Sparkle stuff.
Let's go to the mall.
And like some of that, like they have almost cliffhangers, but it'll just be like a season will end with halfway through a line and then start the next season with that line.
Oh, there's one series gap where it's like Barney goes, "It's
It's
gonna
legend."
be legend." Right at the start.
Wait for it, and it's just cut. And it's just like, I'm waiting. I'm
Oh,
pretty sure I know what you're gonna say though.
I can't
Dairy.
wait for me and Lisa to watch this again. I really can't wait to start it all over again. I'm finishing series 6 tonight, as I said, but I really want to start watching it all over again.
It's an awesome show. I enjoyed it so much.
Oh, by the way, the olive theory in the pilot episode that Marshall outlined, it absolutely worked. And then Lisa started eating olives. So he's absolutely right on both counts.
You mean in the fact that Marshall dismisses it entirely and just goes, "We were on our first date and she asked for my olives," and I was just like,
No.
yeah, she
no.
was like, "Yeah, have them, yeah, have them," and then Marshall's like, "But I actually do like olives."
No. In in each couple, like one person loves olives and one person hates it, and it completely balances the couple, right? So that was me. I love olives, and Lisa always hated them, and then she just started eating olives, and now I'm like, oh, now I have to share olives.
Yeah, no, in the pilot, Marshall at some point just goes, yeah, but I do like olives.
Yeah, I know. Just
See-
makes me sad because now I have to share olives.
See, you and Lisa, Marshall and Lily.
Mate, I'll take that. But just as long as my dad doesn't die and then I find out on a voicemail or whatever.
Oh, that would be tragic.
Oh, that's another thing. Like, just the silly things. Like, the episode where Marshall's, like, he finds out that his dad has died. Right at the start, you can quite visibly see the number 50. And through the entire episode, you can keep seeing big numbers printed, which is clearly a countdown to something. And you've got no idea what it is. And suddenly it's just like, oh, bam, yeah, Marshall, your dad's dead. What? I did question why they did that, but, you know, it at least kept you watching that episode, because I really want to know what this is.
Yeah, I don't really know what the countdown was for. I mean, it was, pretty brutal.
I think it
But-
was just just a countdown, say, like, look, something's coming. And keep watching to find out what it is, which is a really cheating thing to do, because I felt manipulated.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, it's counting down to something. It's counting down to oh no.
The feelings.
Yeah, I'm sort of trying to find the synopsis for that episode, but I feel like that should be a really important part of the episode
What's that?
where he finds out. Because I just want to see if there's an explanation for the countdown.
If you just type in, because now we're going to do our regular feature.
Oh, it's last words, isn't it?
Yes, that's it.
Alright, I found it.
And speaking of regular features,
Yeah, regular feature. Just at some point, we'll just Google stuff.
tune into regular
trying
features. It's a really good podcast, actually. Have you listened to that? I know I shouldn't be pivot. Well, for the one other person,
probably.
you
Probably
should
have,
listen
yeah.
to regular features. It's hilarious.
It doesn't. It literally doesn't mention the countdown.
No, that's really weird. Oh well, never mind. So yeah, that's how much I love How I Met Your Mother. It's a lot, and I've still got three series to go. So I'm happy. So I think I will keep watching this. Will you keep watching it for the rest of your life?
Yeah,
I think-
what I want to do is I want to start a channel called Bomedy Bentrel, and I'm just just gonna show How I Met Your Mother just on a loop,
Amazing.
and we'll have Bomedy Bentrel +1, and it'll be possibly the best channel, because it'll just be How I Met Your Mother and then him and her, just back to back.
Yes. I like the sound of this channel. I will invest money in it.
Okay, cool. Then I can definitely make it a thing.
Yay!
It might be an online stream of just Netflix, but
That doesn't matter. They won't find out. So yeah, How I Met Your Mother. It's good. Watch it if you haven't. Friends, probably just you can have a watch.
you've probably already seen it.
Yes. Watch it again.
Yeah, but it's all very good. All very good.
Yay! Next
Except How I Met Your
time
Mother is better.
on the Curve Pilot podcast. I need to look at the Google Doc because I've forgotten what is coming next time on the Curve Pilot podcast.
It is Game of Thrones.
Is it?
Yeah,
I
and
thought
the
we were
Bastard
doing-
Executioner. No,
Okay.
whatever you thought was, you're wrong.
I could have sworn we said we were going to do the other thing first.
Yeah, we were, but I didn't change it. So
Right. Oh, so this is entirely an administrative thing. Well, that's alright, because I don't think I need to watch the Game of Thrones thing, so I just need to find the Bastard Executioner, which has got Ed Sheeran and Scroobius Pip in it, I found out.
I think they're only in like one episode each.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah, I don't think they're recurring characters, and I don't think they're in the pilot.
Oh, well, that sucks. We'll have to watch the whole thing.
Yep,
Okay.
but
anyway.
that should be good. Hopefully hopefully from now on we'll try and find shows that aren't awful.
Yeah. I mean, one of them, this one, has just been cancelled. So that's, or at least it was cancelled very recent, like close to the 8th of June 2016, I happen to know.
Oh, that's good.
That
Oh,
was
well.
still on. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, that would do for co-pilot number 15. Number 15.
I know.
Amazing. Right. See you later, then.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.